On a rare display of honesty on the notoriously left-wing LBC radio of the United Kingdom, we get to see the average pro-Palestinian mentality and how brain-dead it is.
I think freedom will be achieved when the Israelis go back to where they were born, which is probably America, Poland.
So you mean leaving the state of Israel? Is that what you mean?
Every time you have a discussion about these guys, they're like, whoa, we want a two-state solution. Yet at the same time, they're shouting from the river to the sea. From the river to the sea ain't a two-state solution. Why is it that these left-wingers and these Islamo-commie allies are allowed the whole double-think mentality and people just eat it up?
You don't believe in the state of Israel?
No, I don't.
You don't understand why Jewish students might feel uncomfortable by that on campus today?
No. I mean, I understand why they might feel like that, but I don't think that their feelings are valid.
And there you go. There's the problem. Imagine if that was said about anybody else.
And that is true. You know what's crazy is that these idiots are brainwashed with so many half-truths. That's why they say things like, without lies, Islam dies. Most of these folks don't even know that most of the Jews in Israel right now aren't the ones that came over from Europe. They're the people who were kicked out of surrounding nations, the surrounding Arab nations, because they were a bunch of sore losers. They started a war, and their huge alliance lost to Israel. Do you think if they wipe out Israel, those countries are gonna re-establish homes for the people, the Jews that they kicked out of those places? Jews, by the way, who had nothing to do with the modern day Israel. They were living in these Arab nations for generations. And they got kicked out for the sole reason that the Arab nations lost against a Jewish state. Their only crime was literally being Jewish. Not being a Zionist or Israeli. They just happened to be Jews.
There'd be utter hell to pay.
And you know what the crazy thing is? You see people like these in every single town now. Many of these have been brought over. Many of these are so-called refugees. Now, I would like to say this is one of those cases where the mask slips. But the fact of the matter is, it's not that the mask slips. It's that most of these liberal media companies and the liberals who have such a power on social media, they only show you part of what's going on. And if you start calling out what's actually going on, well, you're the bigot. You're the problem. But for the last few years, I would say I'm more inclined to support Israel. And this stuff right here is one of the main reasons. Like, I'm not even a fan of Netanyahu. I think he's a bit sus. I think these cats could have gotten rid of Hamas a long time ago. But they were too busy playing politics. And now all the streets are full of all this Qatari-funded propaganda. Now remember this, folks. If you don't want to support Israel, that's fine. But just because you don't support Israel doesn't mean that by default you need to jump on the pro-Palestine bandwagon.